Hi everyone, this is Kevin Career of Team Career Real Estate. I'm here today to go over the top things not to do when you buy a home. So I have a list here that we're going to go over today for you guys, and these are the things you don't want to do when you're buying a home. So guys, the first one is you don't want to apply for any type of credit. So you don't want to apply for credit cards, cell phones, anywhere they're going to do a hard inquiry on your credit, because that will decrease the chance of you being able to get that loan. If for some reason that payment or that inquiry lowers your credit score, you may get declined for your mortgage. So don't apply for anything during the process of buying a home. Wait until after you close on the home, and then you can apply for something if necessary. The second thing, guys, is you never want to change jobs, guys. So you don't want to switch employers or anything like that. And if you really have to for some reason, please let the lender know and make sure it's okay, because if the pay is not the same at the new job, you may get declined for the mortgage or your amount may change. So this could be a huge issue for you in the process, and you don't want to do it right before closing. So you want to do it earlier in the process if it ever does have to happen. The next thing, guys, is the biggest mistake we see is people buy cars, trucks, vans, or they apply for furniture. So you never want to apply for furniture or cars, trucks. It's going to put a large debt payment on your credit history, and it's a monthly payment that you didn't have before, and it's going to throw off the amount of the loans you get pre-approved for. Most of the time when you do this, it is a death sentence to your loan, and the loan will get canceled and denied. You guys may be living in the truck, guys, so don't do that. You don't want that to happen to you. We've seen it happen plenty of times with buyers in the past. So don't be one of the numbers that happens to. The next thing is you don't want to use your credit cards or any of your loans excessively. So don't put on large payments on your personal loans or your credit cards. So don't make a $5,000 purchase on your credit card or anything like that, because that will increase the monthly payment on that credit card, and it may stop you from getting that same amount on the loan, and the lender can decline you. They do check your credit again prior to closing, about 2 or 3 days prior to closing, to make sure you haven't brought on any new debt. So definitely be very cautious with any credit moves you make, and check with your lender always before you do anything on your credit, whether it's spending a large sum or applying for a new credit. The next thing, guys, is do not spend the money you have set aside for your down payment. So if you have $10,000 for your down payment in a savings or a checking account, make sure you do not touch that money. It could hurt, obviously, your down payment. They have to make sure you have enough to close prior to closing, and that's one of the biggest things they look at, is what's in your bank accounts. They check your bank statements for 2 months back, and then they look at it prior to closing to make sure you have enough there. And guys, the next one is I know you think it might be a help, but don't pay off any large debts. Don't pay off a car. Don't pay off a large credit card balance without checking with the lender first, because sometimes that can throw off your numbers a little bit, or you might not have as much money as you thought you had in the bank, because sometimes they need you to have reserved and then to make sure you have a couple months payments of your mortgage to come up. So before you make any debt moves, even ones that you think may be helping, like paying off a credit card or a car loan, make sure you talk to your lender prior to making that big payment, guys. And the next one here is going to be, don't make any large deposits. A lot of people don't think of this. They have cash in their house or cash from a family member that's given them, and they deposit it into the bank. So you never want to make a deposit over $500 in cash into a bank account, because the lenders want to know where this money's coming from. They want to make sure there's not anything going on like money laundering and things like that. Something most people don't ever think of because they're not doing it. But when they see a large cash deposit, the government does think, money laundering and the worst. So we don't want to bring up any red flags to the lenders, because they do have to follow the federal regulations on their loans. So don't make any large cash deposits without talking to the lender and finding out the proper way to make that deposit before you do it. All right. And the next one here is don't sell any property without getting a bill of sale. For example, if you have a snowmobile, a bike, a car, and you need to sell it to get some cash for the purchase, make sure you write up a proper bill of sale, and you have to have all the documentation, copy of the checks you got, a copy of the bill of sale, and you have to provide that to your lender. So make sure you don't do that close to closing. If you're going to do it prior, and let the lender know you did it, and have all the documentation you need for that. So that's a big thing a lot of people don't think of, because they're trying to get money for closing and they sell stuff. So make sure you tell your lender any moves you're making financially before you do them, so he can make sure it's going to work for you. And don't ever open a new bank account or change bank accounts during the process, because they look back 2 months on all your bank accounts. And if you do that, it can be a big hassle for the lender and slow things down, and may extend your deadlines on your accounts. So definitely do not open or close any bank accounts during the process of buying your home. And the last one is, guys, you probably shouldn't do this anyway, but don't ever co-sign anything for anybody. Don't co-sign a car loan, student loans, personal loans, anything for anybody while you're buying the home, because that does count towards your debt. Because if that person does not pay, you have to pay, guys. So those are the top things that you should not do when you're buying a home. Here's a list here, guys, just so you can see it hopefully a little bit better there. Call us or email us, and we can always send this list over to you. My cell phone is 978-866-7368, Guys, if you have any questions for us, you can look us up on Facebook or Instagram under Team Career Real Estate, and we'll answer them for you. We're on YouTube here. If you guys could like and share this, we'd really appreciate it. And that's Team Career Real Estate on YouTube as well. Thank you guys, and have a great day.